Welcome to the Chevin Chase and my hunt for a PB chub. So tomorrow I'm heading to the River Derwent for a spot of chub fishing, and basically I'm going to use cheese paste as the main bait, and I've never really done it before, so I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. It looks fairly straightforward. So part of the video is going to be me basically putting loads of weird smelly cheeses together. So after hours of researching, I settled on a simple recipe which basically included short crust pastry, extra mature cheddar, blue cheese, liquidised bread, garlic granules and a bit of turmeric for some colour. It's dead simple, just lots and lots of mixing with your hands after a quick blast in the mixer, using bread to harden the mix, or using more cheese or even some cooking oil to soften the mix to whatever consistency you want the paste to be. Over the course of the Chevin Chase I kept adding more stinky Danish blues to the mix, refreezing and thawing the balls of paste, which over time concentrated the smells and flavours, much to the displeasure of the missus. The best thing to do is keep experimenting with the ratios of cheeses with the pastry, but ultimately all you're aiming to do is get a mix which, when you roll it into a teardrop shaped ball and mould onto the hook, it's hard enough to stay on for a cast, but soft enough to strike through it and hook into your chub. I easily spent under £10 and had way more than I needed for a full winter, taking roughly tennis ball sized balls of paste for a 3 to 4 hour session on the bank. Just be warned, cheese paste stinks, so time your kitchen episodes when your partner's out of the house. So I think this is done. It's nice and smooth, it's not tacky or sticky, it absolutely stinks. And yeah, it pulls off quite nicely. I've just done a little test in the sink on a size 8 hook, replicated casting into the sink just with a bit of line on the end of the hook, and it's not come off. And yeah, it's hardening up a little bit so it stays on the hook once it's in the cold water. So yeah, fingers crossed, catch something tomorrow. So I'm down on the Yorkshire Derwent, hopefully going to fish cheese paste for the first time, and this is the swim. It looks marvellous. There we are, some lovely features, nice overhanging tree, some sort of fairly fast flowing water on the far bank, but I'm thinking of just putting me bait in this slack water right close to this near side bank, and fingers crossed we'll get into something. So I've been fishing about 2 hours, not had any bites or any knocks, but the good thing is that the cheese paste seems to be staying on the hook, and it's still staying fairly soft, so it's fairly soluble, so all the cheese flavours should be leaking out into the water. It's now, as you can see, the light is fading really quick. I've got all my lights with me so I can do a quick sort of hour once it's dark, and fingers crossed we might get some more action, but up to now it's been fairly dead. Unfortunately it wasn't to be, and my first outing with the cheese paste drew a blank, so the following weekend I went to a more local river where I was more confident in locating the chub and testing the paste out. Lovely little chublet, beautiful condition. So, I've just come a bit further upstream as I wasn't having much luck further down with the maggot feeder, and it looks like there's some sort of deep or deeper water just under that sort of fallen down vegetation over there, some overhanging shrubbery as well. So the idea is I'm going to chuck some pea-sized bits of cheese paste all along this sort of far bank, and I'm just going to drop in a really light lead with some cheese paste on a size 6 hook, and fingers crossed, if I just work my way up there, I'm pretty sure there'll be some chub just sat under where those shrubs and sort of bits of vegetation are hanging down on the water surface. Anyway, that's the plan. See what happens. So in each peg, when I've arrived, I've just put sort of 5 to 6 small pea-sized balls of paste. Once I'd cast in, just slightly downstream of where I cast, drawing the fish up. Just keep trying every sort of 30 metres near these snags, seeing if I can get any interest. I'm only giving each swim 10 minutes and then moving on. So this is probably the penultimate swim for the day. Just a nice bit of vegetation on the top, like a bit of a raft there. Overhanging tree. It starts to narrow off as you go further up with less features, so I'm not going to bother going much further upstream. Probably got 45-50 minutes, certainly less than an hour of light left. And there's one more swim that I've not tried on the way back to the car, so I'll give this another 10 minutes and then slot in for the last 20 minutes, 30 minutes on that last peg further downstream. First chub on homemade cheese paste, and it's an absolute gorgeous fish. Look at that. Lovely condition, winter chub off the River Foss in York. Well, that's it. Very quick 2-hour session, and one nice sort of chublet from a small weir pull, and then a really nice sort of bigger chub further upstream. Lovely little quick afternoon session. I think this river's probably at its best in winter, especially this section. In summer you could almost walk across it with all the weed. So yeah, perfect time of year. Cheese paste worked a dream, which is great. Overall, cracking little session. Although Niall had been concentrating on our quest for a £2 perch, he fancied a crack at the chebs, so I took him back to the same spot a couple of weeks later. Oh, it's a nice fish.
Oh, that's your advice, mate. Get a big bit of bread on.
Sweep her up. Nearly. Yes!
Yes, it. Cracking.
When you've run out of ideas, slice of Warburton, Scott.
slice of toasty, that's not
Excellent stuff. Right, let's get her out of the net and have a look.
Look at that.
There's the blank saver. Last cast of the day. Oh man, that looks wonderful. Lovely, John.
Customary gob picture cut.
Ah,
there she is.
Right chunk of bread, that wasn't it?
Ah. You're free.
Back to the depth.
Off you go.
There's a very happy angler there. It's another late afternoon / evening session, and I've just finished work. It's getting dark already. It's probably going to be pitch black in certainly less than half an hour. Just give me enough time to get set up on the bank and get baited up, get the quiver on the rest, fingers crossed, get into some chub. So it's about 6 o'clock and I've got 2 rods in the water, both with half krill, half pop-up boilie on hair rigs, and the rods have only been in about 10 minutes. Got one in the middle and one on the far side, about 2 rod lengths off the far bank, and I've been getting knocks almost straight away, which I think might be a chub just picking the boilie up and dropping it, and then it goes quiet for a couple of minutes, and then I get another couple of rattles. Fingers crossed it'll turn into something more. Here we go. Oh. 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 Come on, come on. I don't know if you saw that, but there's another knock. Thing is, the way that the chub feed, that could be something fairly small or pretty sizable. Just not quite confident enough to take the bait. There we go, there we go. Oh, nearly. That was another pluck. So, that fish that was having a nibble, I've just had it on and chuffing lost it. I just need 5 minutes. Oh, barn owl. I really hope we caught that on the camera. So one frustration with chub fishing has been that I've been getting lots of knocks and then what appears to be a proper bite, and striking into the bite and not taking the fish, and I think it's because the hairs have been too long. So I've shortened this hair so much that it literally, the shank of the hook sits on top of the boilie. So it should, in theory, mean that there'll be closer contact to the fish when striking. Another nice little tip I got from a friend was using what I usually use in carp fishing, but little PVA bags. So I've just got this ESP PVA mesh, the smallest one you can get, and all I'm doing is crushing up the hook bait, the boilies that I'm using as a hook bait, these krill sticky baits boilies, crushing those up, putting a very, very small amount of pellet at the top of the PVA bag, just to add some of that sort of smellier halibut fish meal smell, and then yeah, you can see the crushed boilies at the top. This just means that basically all the loose feed will be right around the hook bait instead of just bailing stuff into the river that very quickly gets washed down and might not be that accurate or near the hook bait. So there's about 2 weeks left of the course season on the rivers, and I'm running out of time to get a chub, well, a PB chub over £3. It just seemed to keep evading me. getting into plenty of fish, but not the bigger ones. So I'm back at one of my favourite spots on the Wharfe, and I've got a 3-hour morning session. It's about 8 o'clock, and it's a gorgeous morning, absolutely gorgeous. And it looks like the river's dropped a bit from last time when it was just dropping down after being in flood. Had a fish and lost it. I think it was a barbel though. So yeah, it's really cold. It's probably not the barbel on the head, and hopefully only leaves the chub. Fingers crossed we get into something. This is what I've been after. 3rd session. I've blanked the last 2. I've got an absolutely gorgeous chub. The Chevin chase has finally rewarded me with a stunning fish. I've not weighed it yet, but I don't want to keep it out of the water too long. There you go. How about that for a fish? Cracker, absolute cracker. Really chuffed with that. Really chuffed. Stunning fish. Beauty. Absolute beauty. Just get a bit of life back in him. Yeah. Lovely fish. Awesome. Get some nice stills off that. Oh, that looks amazing. It's like backlit.
It's a beast, isn't it?
That looks so good. Lovely. Right, put it back.
Good hard, mate.
So, the day before the fishing weekend, the last weekend of the season, my bloody car failed its MOT. Literally the day before, and I can't get any of the repairs done in time for setting off today for going down to the Cotswolds to catch up with a friend and get a bit of fishing in before the season finishes. So, long story short, I've ended up getting a hire van, and it's just unnecessary. So, Enterprise had no cars, and this is what I've got. A ridiculous van. Not even filling. I don't want to know. I was leaving Yorkshire behind and heading south in the van, excited to fish the River Windrush and the River Avon. The hunt for a PB chub continued. So, we're down on the Windrush, about to pick our first peg, and we're doing a bit of a mixture of light ledgering and some trotting. Absolutely fantastic. Look at all these features, overhanging trees, weed rafts, all these roots. Screams Chub. I think the cheese paste might have to make an appearance today. So this is the first swim of the day, and Rob's just setting up over there. Now I'm going to have a crack at putting a bit of cheese paste under that raft. Just under there. Provides some fantastic cover for any fish really, but chub tend to like to hug to features like that in an otherwise quite an open stretch. Right, let's put this into practice, see what we can get. Just with the light ledger under that raft on the first peg, an absolute clunker of a brownie.
Oh yeah, that looks good like that, man. That is
There you are.
Look at the eyes on it.
Absolute clunker. Not a bad way to finish the river season, eh? Absolutely chuffed to bits with that. Just on bread. Big chunk of bread. As per Rob's advice, I must say. Yeah, we can. Right.
There we go.
It's on.
Drop your phone in.
Done.
Gone. Well done.
So this is the rig, nice and simple. Bit of a running ring, very low resistance. Nice quick bead there. Really short hook link, so pick up on all those delicate movements if there is any chub in the area. And a nice size 6 quarter crank. Unfortunately, we didn't have any more luck with the light ledgers, so Rob decided to switch to using his speedier centre pin, catching some lovely trout, roach and dace, whilst I took my Akuma Sheffield for his first spin, christening the chef with yet some more lovely brown trout. Busy. Nice cast on the rolling pin. In the middle?
Well, so as far out as you can, and it's going to drift a little.
So Rob's fishing a rig that I've never personally used before. And walk us through it, Rob.
Well, it's quite simple, basic helicopter with 2 float stops that aren't holding this line particularly well. So I'll just put a little shot to stop that bottom float
Oh yeah.
moving. Technically for still waters really, but it does seem to work in here.
Not a stupidly long hook link, is it? What, 10 inches maybe?
Yeah, I'll probably go shorter than that normally, but it was a pre-tied one. Well, I think it just gives us the opportunity for the bread especially to waft about a bit more.
Nice line out there.
And then a 3-foot twitch shortly after. Ignored your bottom well.
Is that just in the middle?
close in actually.
Hmm. So on the meat.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Piece either. Is it Chub or Marble?
It is holding well, isn't it?
It is on this rod, 175, and it's making no impression on it at the minute. Very deep.
Whoa. That's a stunner, is that? Look at belly on that. Caught on the old marinated meat, I think it was.
Yep. Garlic meat.
Garlic meat.
Fins standing proud.
Whoa, that looks awesome, man. Well done. Well done. The old Chub headshot. Whoa. Oh, fantastic. Get him back. Brilliant. Well then, my friend. 15 minutes in, fantastic. So the fishing's been extremely quiet, but there has been a bit of a surprise, a bit of a new experience for me, which is the spam. I've never fished with it, never eaten it before. It's not actually that bad. So,
It's a thick fish though.
late in the day, had hardly any fish. Rob has just caught this, just under £5. Lovely, lovely fish. Oh mate, that looks fantastic.
Yes, that's turned the day around nicely. But it just looked massive, didn't it, as it was coming?
Yeah, it looks a lot bigger than that when it was coming in under the torchlight, that's for sure.
It looked like a barbel.
Cracking fish. Just under 5. Look at that. Fantastic. Honestly, man, well done. Great angling. First barbel, or first fish on the rolling pin. Only taken about 8 hours. Cracking fish though. Went like a train, didn't it, Rob?
2.5. It's got some growing to do.
Certainly has. It's got quite a chunky belly on it. Right.
You can see how big it's going to be. The width at the base of the tail there.
Yeah, chuffed with that. Took a while to get it on the pin, but absolutely worth it. Could be the last fish of the season for me, this. Absolutely chuffed. Just get arrested.
Nice. Well done.
Thank you, matey. There you go. So this is literally the last couple of hours that I've got to fish this river season, as it's over today, sadly. I've come back to the Avon. Lovely spot that we were in yesterday. Didn't have the most productive day, but it really kicked off during the night. The last half hour, caught a really nice chub. Rob caught, and I caught that lovely barbel. So fingers crossed. I've not got much time, but maybe get one more fish, squeeze it out before going back up to Yorkshire. As you can see, it's an absolutely glorious, glorious day. Bright sun, bright blue skies, not a cloud in the sky. Maybe not the best conditions for fishing, but couldn't give a monkeys, to be honest. It's just a nice day to be out and not be at work on a Monday. Fantastic. Be down at the river in the next couple of minutes, and I honestly cannot wait. Just put a little bit of a PVA bag on there as well to get some loose feed around the hook bait. This is the first cast of the session. So the rig today, fairly simple. Nice Drennan running ring on a 3-ounce lead, 12-pound main line, 5-pound super specialist hook link, the size 6 hook, and a massive chunk of garlic marinated spam, all wired to the Lutham Quest, which is a rolling pin, so that you can cast forwards like you would with the usual fixed spool. And this is on the Coram barbel rod, 1.75 test curve, and the river looks absolutely bang on. I'm casting fairly close to the margins, just because I can see there's a really nice steep drop off, like a shelf in front of the peg. It looks really fishy, but if I don't get any interest in the first hour, I think I'll cast further out into the flowing water, or at least where the flowing water meets the slack. I think that's my next bet. If there's no indications, at least in this particular part of the swim. I'm in the second peg of the morning. I've literally got to set off back to Yorkshire in about an hour's time, just over an hour, and no action yet. I mean it's really bright. It's really bright. It might have put the fish down a bit, but who knows? Hopefully I'll get that last fish of the season that I've been thinking about last night and all morning on the drive here. But yeah, it's down to literally the last hour that I can do as part of this season now. So fingers crossed. Desperate to catch another fish. One last push. Come on. Yes! Yes. Yes! I don't think it's going to beat the PB though. It's a lovely fish. Right, I'll get this one rested and I'll get the video back on in a minute. I can't believe it. I was just about to pack up. It's not a record breaker, but it's part of the Chevin chase, and it's a lovely chub. Officially the last fish of the season. I've got to set off now to get back to Yorkshire to get this van back to the hire car company. But I'm glad I waited that last few minutes. It certainly went round that tick. I need to zero the net, but it's gone £5 with the net. It'll be less than 4 definitely, probably 3.5, maybe a little bit more if I'm lucky. But that is a stunning way to finish the season. A River Avon chub. Over the moon, absolutely over the moon. It's taken me 2 days and it's been worth it. Absolutely fin perfect as well. Look at the condition, stunning. Well, that's it, the Chevin chase is officially over. Well, that's it, the Chevin chase is officially over. A couple of weeks later, I went down the cut with Niall to target some specimen perch, and what came next was the biggest surprise of the Chevin chase.
Joel's got something big on prawn. A chub. Niall. Oh.
Hang on.
Niall,
What is it?
it might be PB Chub.
Oh my god.
Get the net in now. Get the net in now. It's
Right.
Chub.
Now it's massive. Right, go steady, go steady. You got time, you got time.
Niall. Honest to God. What were you saying before about surprises? Sorry,
Oh,
this
no.
is going to come in easy.
Mate. Oh my god. Oh my god. Go steady, mate, because that is huge. Oh. Oh my god.
Another surprise! Another massive surprise! I've been fishing for perch and I've caught another chub.
Mate, that's huge.
Oh, I don't know if it is a PB.
That's massive.
You've got scales with you?
I do have scales. Let me go get them.
What the hell is going on?
Oh my god. Mate. You get the hook out, I'll run and get the scales. Yeah, I'm there. So we just weighed Joel's chub. 6.29 with the net. The net is 1.07. So you've had a 5.2 pound in decimal as well. So that's more like maths. It's about
4 ounces?
yeah, £5, 3 or 4 ounces, something like that.
Oh my god, I've done it.
And just to be clear, you're fishing on a swing tip with prawns
A vintage
for a perch.
for perch.
Fucking vintage centre pin swing tip, and you've just by chance smashed your PB. Oh my god. Look at the size of it. Oh man.
Look at the gut on that. I could tell when I couldn't get my hand around the back of its head that it was going to be big.
Man, that is amazing.
Over £5.
Yeah.
It feels fat.
Oh mate, I'm dead happy for you.
Right, shall I put it back?
Yeah, go on mate. Let's get her back.
Release.
Yeah.
My adrenaline is through the roof. I feel a bit sick. Oh, Niall, just look at that. Oh, Christ.
All the very best.
Look at that. Is that a nice shot?
It is a nice shot, mate.
I'm going to end up coming in with it in a minute. Oh my god, mate.
Yes,
I am
get in.
absolutely over the moon. You've done both missions complete.
Mission complete, mate.
Can you believe that?
No, I can't at all.
Done the perch mission and we've beat the chub mission
I know.
in about, so is that in a week or 2 weeks?
A couple of weeks.
And I've spent all of winter chasing chub, and I just thought I'd done it, and well, I got up to £3, 14 ounces, and thought, right, that's it now. I'll concentrate on perch fishing.
Yeah.
Niall gets the £2.5 perch,
Yeah.
and I've just tried to do the same thing, and just accomplish the chub mission.
Amazing. That is ridiculous, isn't it? That is ridiculous.
Destiny, mate.
When you said to me, I think it's a chub, I thought, what the is he on about?
Honestly, man, I'm so over the moon with that.